Yo, what's up? I know this video was asked a lot, so here it is. In this video, I'll tell what's the best way to progress in the game. Starting from when you have to choose between Boxten or Poppy all the way to when you get your first main. And don't worry, I have experience of this. I teached a lot of people. One of them is, for example, Sproutah. And you guys can sub to him too. Even though he doesn't have any vids, he will make. So let's start, alright? So for this video, I made a new account that I will never use again just for showing this info. If you never opened Dandy's World before, you just have to search it and join. In my case, I made a private server for recording, but don't do that. Okay, so once you open the game, you can choose between two tunes, Boxten and Poppy. Some other vids will just start yapping about who is the best, but the answer is Boxten. Choose Boxten. The only reason for you to even consider choosing Poppy is Louis, but it's not even that important for progression, so yeah, always Boxten. So then you will enter the game, and the first thing you want to do is putting some codes in the Use Code button. There's one that always works. Its name is Iker. And then there are some other codes that you can ask for them if you join our Discord server. Link in the description. And then you want to go to settings and put sprint toggle option on. This won't affect your progression, but I love it. And then you must join Blush Crunch Studio Roblox group so you can get a free trinket. So that's for starters. Now let's get into the real progression thing. I really recommend you to play this game with friends and try to play with randoms the less time possible. Trust me, you'll enjoy it more. If you don't have anyone to play with you, you can always go to our Discord server. Okay, I'll stop sponsoring it. So when you start a brand new account, there are two things that you want to achieve as fast as possible. One of them is getting Roger, the best tune for progression. And the other is to get research for trinkets. So the thing that you want to do is, with Boxten, grind 500 Ichor. Why 500? You want 500 so you can buy Tisha. But why do you need Tisha first instead of Roger? And the answer is quite simple, and it's just for make the grind more enjoyable. If you grind it all the way with Boxten, you maybe get bored quick since Boxten doesn't have an active, if not a passive. Instead, Tisha is a really good tune with an active that can do almost everything. Heck, you can even try to distract as her. Even though I don't recommend to distract if you want to progress on the game. So, in some time, you'll eventually get Roger. Roger can be boring to play for some people, but using him is really worth it. You get more research, and with that research you get trinkets and mains. At this point, you should already have some trinkets, and I recommend you to use pink bow plus blue bandana if you are starting. But you can also buy the speedy shoes on the Dandy shop, but don't prioritize it, okay? So what do you want to do with Roger? You want to get to high floors and try to get a lot of twisted mains. And this is the point where I recommend you to just stop being on public lobbies if you sometimes played on them. Almost all will die on early floors, and you will be alone most of the time, so it's more worth it to find people on Discord. And then try to save your Ichor for the main you are looking for. If your Ichor gets too high, try to buy some tunes like Finn, Poppy, and then Louis. Scraps so you can buy Goob, but don't buy really expensive tunes like Glisten. Since you are going to use Roger most of the time, you won't use them that much. And I forgot. Since at this point you should have some decent trinkets already to choose from, I recommend you to change the blue bandana for a magnifying glass on Roger. And, with some patience, you will get 100% research on a main, most of the time in 15 or 20 hours. Then, if you read the requirements for them, they always ask you to get a mastery if we don't count Astro. Then, if you don't have that tune, you should buy it and get its mastery. Everyone they ask mastery from is a starter tune, so it should be easy to get them. And then, congratulations, you already got a main. But there are a lot of common mistakes that you can do, so I'll talk about them on the next point. Some of the most common mistakes when it comes to progression, it's the waste of resources. If you want to progress fast, you need to learn in what you should not waste your Ichor. One of them are the skins. If you are starting, you don't want to buy skins. They cost a lot of Ichor, more or less 1.5 hours of grinding. They may be cool and all, but it's a waste of resources when you start. The same can be applied to the Dandy's shop trinkets. Most of them are such a waste of ichor, and I would only recommend to buy them if you have everything else on the game. But there are some good ones, like the speedy shoes that I already talked about, or wrench. And also we can talk about the bad trinket combos in general. Most of the trinkets are just bad in this game. And if you choose some really bad trinkets, your progression may get affected too. So, if we don't count the really obvious things like camping on the elevator, that should be all the mistakes. So that would be it. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can get some teammates in our Discord server. We are starter friendly. With anything else to say, bye!